And I've been, on a healthy kick.
Oh yeah, I've
It
noticed
feels
that.
good.
I noticed that. I know. I noticed that you've been on a healthy diet. I'm really proud of you that you are picking up running and stuff because you're motivating me. Because when
Yeah.
we went out, was
We gotta
this?
motivate you.
Yeah, I stopped working out for years, and now
Yeah, I
watching.
remember you had a six pack a long
Yeah,
time ago.
I had to retire and put a blanket over it.
That's- Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemini Talks podcast. You can follow us on all of our social media. Today, I have Antoine Bellamy, my husband. He's joining us today. How are you, Antoine?
I am doing really good. How are
So,
you?
very good, very good. Thank you for joining me. I know we had our little, what's it called, the pilot episode,
Guess a debate.
the Zero podcast. If you have not, go back and watch it. This is our first official podcast. So, did you get feedback from the last episode?
Oh, you know I did.
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it was a pretty hot topic around the time. And it's funny because last time we were also kind of talking about how stuff isn't always true or the media. Around the same time, I did not know until today or earlier that China was on lockdown around the same time.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But yeah, so I think we both can kind of agree that the media hides a few things, or
I agree 100%. Media do hype everything up. For sure, I agree with that one. They got to get their ratings too.
yeah. So anyways, let's talk about how do you feel kind of doing this podcast, because it's also my first official time, and I really like doing this. It's a podcast about where we talk about whatever we want, and I'm gonna bring in other guests, but Antoine's gonna be a regular, so we hope you like our podcast.
Keep a lookout.
Yeah, keep a lookout. And also, what have you been up to?
Not much. Just working, doing the whole music life, taking care of the young ones.
Yeah, speaking of music, you're gonna be my DJ for the Cinco de Mayo party
Oh,
at Azteca 1, right?
yes, I am. I'm gonna
Yep.
be the DJ
Yep.
on the ones and twos.
Yep, he's gonna be on the ones and twos. It's gonna be Thursday, May 5th, and Friday, May 6th. We're gonna be outdoors. We're gonna have a tent. We're gonna have a lot of really good food, authentic street tacos. We're gonna have margaritas,
Oh, can't wait.
beer, a few other fun things. We're gonna do a whole bunch of giveaways, and we're also gonna be giving out a few tokens at the restaurant from now until then, just randomly. So we will be handing out more personal invitations. So stop by and get a few things from us before then.
What's the location of the restaurant?
It's 4811 North Brady Street in the Walnut Center. That's the one where the Atomic is.
Oh yeah, can't miss that Atomic.
Yeah. What's your favorite from Atomic?
So I usually get the Night Professor. I don't know. I'm not addicted to anything, but I've drank that maybe at least about 3 times a week on my way to work. So
Yeah, that's probably my favorite too. The Nutty Professor. And then I pretty much I choose all of the energy drinks. Those are all really good.
They also have tons of energy drink. I haven't dabbled with the energy drink at all. I just stayed with the coffee, the caffeine. That's gonna make me go crazy.
Yeah, no, I can't do caffeine. I'm sensitive to caffeine.
I will drink usually throughout the day. I'll probably have 2 or 3 coffees, and sometimes I'll get shot espresso. So
That's a lot of caffeine.
I don't know why, but I think that's just my brain's wired like that. So, but yeah.
So we're going to be airing every Friday at 8 a.m. So make sure that you guys have your notifications on and let us know what you think in the comments down below. We're going to be just pretty much here every Friday, and I can't wait to have more interesting guests. And if you want to be a guest on my show, if you do interesting things, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're starting out small with something, let me know, and we can sit down and chat.
Yeah, just make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for my new subscribers. I got a few since the pilot episode.
That's good. So what was your thoughts about the whole? I know everybody attacking Will Smith now.
I don't know. I think now it's really solidifying.
Do you think it's dying down?
Fake. No, I think it was all fake because what a coincidence that right around the time China got in a lockdown and we didn't really know about it. And I was looking on YouTube and all I could find was CNBC, ABC, all those big networks that we know are owned by the same person, even though they're on 2 different sides. That's the only thing I could find on YouTube, and I think that's really, really censored. Like, don't you find something weird, eerie about that there's so many creators, there's so many people that could be living in China telling their stories, but all I got on my feed was CNBC, Today News, and all that stuff.
So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all them guys, they're only gonna let certain things show.
Yeah.
Like.
But I really like TikTok. I got a whole bunch of more information. There's
Snapchat's like that.
People are updating their experiences there. People are having fun with TikTok. They're, making fun TikToks to pass the time with their drones, which is pretty sad because they are going through a lockdown, the shortage of food, and I think they reached 25,000 cases in Shanghai. And I'm talking about Shanghai, and specifically, that's where the lockdown is, I believe. And I think they started with like the south of the city. They like divided it. Like first, like one half of the city was going to be in lockdown for a few days, and then the other half was going to be on lockdown. But I don't know. There's just a lot of information. I think everything's on lockdown right now, and they're making people test multiple times a day. They can deliver, like order food and vegetables and rice off of their phone, like from an app that they have. And
did you see the riots that's going on down there too?
Yes, there's riots because of the food.
Because the food.
They order food, and sometimes people don't get any food, and I'm sure people are starving.
Oh.
And even the delivery drivers, they get special permits to be out and about delivering the food, but their hours are pretty much 24/7, and they don't get to go home. So if you deliver, you can't go home. You have to stay in like a hotel or a building specifically for those drivers, and some people even sleep outside or in their car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty bad. It's very, very bad. And I'm glad we're bringing awareness to this. I'm glad, whoever's watching is, going to be able to get on TikTok specifically. I don't really recommend YouTube anymore unless you can find like an authentic, like small creator talking about their experience. But you can find a lot of that on TikTok.
Wow. So is that the only country that's on lockdown?
So I was seeing, I think Canada too. Canada was going to be on their lockdown or something. It's like the 6th biggest surge or something.
Are we flying? Like, there are people traveling from the U.S. to Canada still, or that's on lockdown, so you can't fly to China?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a good question, but I'm assuming maybe parts of Canada. that they're not allowing anybody.
Sorry, Drake. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, isn't he in California anyways?
Drake built his house in Canada.
I thought he lived next to the Kardashians.
Yeah, Drake has multiple.
I thought he was next to Kim.
Nah, that's too close.
That's why he made that song.
No, Drake built a house in Canada, and that's where he lives. So I don't know. He probably he's probably in Canada.
Okay. But yeah, so the really sad stuff going on around the world.
There's a lot of sad things that's going on, you know.
Yeah, hopefully, we can all bring awareness. I really like the idea of TikTok where we can, you don't have to be a big creator or anything. You could just search up, and thank goodness it's not whoever owns it or whatever is not banning. I'm sure they are, but there's just a lot of cool stuff that you don't get really on the internet or anywhere else. Just how like a coincidence everything is. They kind of like show you, in your face, these facts that you've never really thought about, or like putting two and two together. So yeah, I've been finding some crazy stuff on TikTok, and I like it.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about China, being on lockdown until you mentioned it.
Yeah, and I feel like I've read a lot of books about like energy and healing, and like other metaphysical books that I can see the legitimacy in them and in the people talking about that, because I feel like people who aren't as invested into that topic, they might kind of draw or tell them oh, that person's crazy. How is that? That doesn't mean anything, especially if you're talking about energies and auras and healing, they just write them off as crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know about the crazy part. I wouldn't call nobody crazy, but me personally, I'll actually look into it more. I'll do my research so I can get my own perspective of what I think.
Yeah, and recently I've been getting into history and just like world news, and just something interesting that I wanted to share with you, just because I wanted to share with somebody. I found really interesting. Also on TikTok, I went down a rabbit hole, and they were talking about time and how time doesn't exist, and talking about pretty much everything, breaking down the science, breaking down, the cross and the Ankh symbol, how that, the cross pretty much keeps you in that cross, and you can't, you have, long story short, anyways, so time doesn't exist. And Ethiopia, did you know Ethiopia is 8 years behind?
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, they're 8 years behind.
Yo, I did not know that.
So I think, what's that, like 2014 or something?
Yeah. Oh, 8 years. Yep.
But it's also not April 13 over there. It's some other date, I believe.
That's only in Ethiopia.
I believe it's in Ethiopia. I know the Chinese have a different New Year. Mm-hmm. And I'm not too familiar. I'm going to probably research and break that down next if you guys want. If you guys want more explanation on these, comment down below, because these are fun for me, and I like, talking about what I learned to my husband. So anyways, so the Ethiopian calendar is 8 years behind. Their New Year's is September 11. Also, like
September 11, ain't that when they had
exactly what I don't know, what a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so their New Year's is September 11, and they're 8 years behind. Also, get this, they have 13 months. So they have
So what's the name of the last month? Since you got January.
They do have a specific month, and I don't remember the names, but they all have like a meaning. They all have a certain meaning. Okay. It's all very meaningful, and it's all very with the stars and the signs and everything. So they have 13 months, and each month has 13 days or 30 days. Each month has.
Each month have 30 days.
Yes.
Oh boy, that's an extra paycheck.
The 13th month has 5 days or 6 days, depending on leap year. And that still, I think, equals 365 days, I believe. I'm not sure. But I, like, once you kind of think about it, it kind of makes more sense why they would do that. Because just randomly, one month has 28 days and 30, then 31. Maybe the math is rounded a little bit better. Also, they're 6 in the morning to us. You know, when they first wake up, that's 1 o'clock.
Wait, so when it's 6:30 in the morning, it's 1 o'clock there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not one. That's how they count their time. They also count their hours different.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lost on this one.
So
I gotta do my research.
Instead of, like, let's say you wake up at 6 in the morning. Let's say at that time, in the morning, early in the morning, sunrise. Let's just say sunrise.
Okay.
That's 1 o'clock.
So.
And then it just goes, and then I think midnight is right before sunrise or something like that.
Wow. I didn't know that at all. So
Ethiopia is like that because they weren't colonized. Italy, the Italians were trying to colonize the Ethiopians. A lot of Africa is colonized by the Portuguese, the British, the Spanish, French, and even the Belgium. They all swarmed the continent to colonize, pretty much for political and money reasons. That's why they seen that Africa had a lot of resources, and they pretty much just wanted to monetize on the resources. You know, like any other regular entrepreneur that's gone crazy and too big for their own good. And Ethiopia, there's other places that didn't really get colonized, but Ethiopia is one of the most impressive. They still have a lot of natural resources, and the Italians have been trying since the 15th century. They had like forts and like little settlements like on the outskirts, and you know, even little tiny colonies, but nothing. So either way, so back with the Europeans, the French, the Belgium, the Spanish, they were, before they all decided, obviously it was either going to be a war or they were just going to flat out, decide who was going to take what. And eventually, you know, none of them decided to go to war, so they kind of split up the continents. Italy was supposed to colonize Ethiopia according to their little agreement. They were trying to, so that was their peaceful way of colonizing, I guess. So then obviously Italians outnumbered the Ethiopians and they took over, and it was pretty easy. They only, like, maybe a few hundreds of Italians got hurt. And while there was like a mass,
was it a war or something?
Yeah, there was a mass murder on the Ethiopians. A lot of them didn't die, or did die. A lot of them, thousands of them. But then eventually Italians ran low on ammo, and there was maybe allies or spies or something like that, where the Ethiopians found out that the Italians they left and they were gonna come back with the ammo. So the Ethiopians used this information to ambush them. You know, on their way there, they ambushed them, they killed them, and they took all their ammo.
Wow.
So they routed the enemies and wiped them out pretty much entirely. And that was not only, you know, like they said, a political struggle, but it was a personal vendetta too, because they had already, you know, screwed them over and killed thousands of their people.
And stole the ammo.
Yeah. And then the Italians that were left in Ethiopia, they got driven by disease and eventually either died off or went back to Italy. So eventually the rest of Europe colonized everything, and Ethiopia, because it showed its strength, Russia kind of looked up to it and they became kind of good friends. So they strengthened their ties with Russia and Britain, and France. They were good people with Russia, so that also solidified Ethiopia's safety. So because Ethiopia, was looked up by Russia, like, whoa, you guys are like legit. You guys are, you guys did your thing. And then Russia's friends with like Europe and the other ones, it just solidified Ethiopia's safety. So that was like around 15th, 16th century, I believe. Don't quote me. But Italy wasn't done. Italy didn't give up. In 1935, they tried. They went back to Ethiopia. They broke out war, and they were trying to invade, and they were actually successful. They did a treaty or something. They did a Italian East Africa, like, what was it called? Like Italy, Ethiopia, or Italy, Africa. Like they pretty much took over and renamed the name.
Combine their names together?
Yep. But in 1947, eventually, I don't know, maybe Ethiopia, I don't remember, Ethiopia got saved by the other countries, maybe Russia. They signed a treaty in 1947 where Ethiopia was free, and Italy actually paid reparations to Ethiopia. They paid them $25 million.
Wow.
And that's why they haven't been colonized, because when we all got colonized, that's when we started using that calendar we use now.
Okay.
So that's kind of also how it ties in what we were talking about, the calendars and what days is it, and the history of that. So because Ethiopians didn't, maybe, if none of the political and money hungry stuff, maybe we'd probably still be using a different calendar that kind of makes more sense.
That's a whole lot. Wow, I did not know. That's great information to have, That is good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't know none of that. So I learned something today. So what made you do research on it?
So, I fell down a rabbit TikTok hole,
Yeah, I know.
It kind of blew my mind because they were talking about, I saw a TikTok, they were talking about how 2020 was actually 2012, and 2012 was predicted, the end of the world, or the end of like a certain era or phase of the earth. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, whoa, that kind of starts to make more sense, and it's like globally or like intergalactically, because we're not just working with the countries, it's also being predicted by like the stars and I don't know. Astrology has a lot to do with all of this.
How long did you have to study to get great information? Did you have to watch like multiple TikTok videos? Read books?
Yeah, a few TikToks.
You said no YouTube, right?
So there was good information on YouTube. Most of it was YouTube. But you have to kind of go through a few, because a lot of them don't really explain, or they just kind of like, oh, right, today is in Ethiopian time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, TikTok. And that was this morning. That was just this morning.
And wow, that's
So yeah. What about you? What blows your mind?
So I've been studying. I watched tons of football, and so just over the weekend we just lost a quarterback. Age he was only 24, Dwayne Haskins.
What do you mean you lost him?
Well, I didn't lose him, but the football community lost him.
Did he go somewhere?
No, he died.
Oh, how did he?
What was his name? He died. His name Dwayne Haskins.
He was
a number 1 draft pick.
How did he pass away?
He got hit by a dump truck.
Oh wow.
He
in
was
front of his house?
No,
or?
He was crossing the highway. Now we all don't know why he was just crossing the highway, or maybe he ran out of gas or something. He had to pull over, or whatever it is. But he got hit by a dump truck.
So he was in his car.
No, he got out of his car and walked across.
Was it like a highway, a freeway?
Like a freeway, yeah.
In California?
In Florida.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was. He got drafted. He was at Ohio State, and then he entered the draft, and he got number 1 draft pick by the Commanders, which was Washington Redskins. He left the Washington Redskins and ended up joining the Steelers Nation. And he was Trubisky, which is another former quarterback from the Bears who went to Buffalo. He went to Buffalo, and then now he's got signed with the Steelers. He was trying to get all his teammates together to for a summer workout, for a workout and stuff, getting prepared for the season and stuff. So it sucks to lose someone that young. It sucks to age 24. Well,
rest in peace. 24 is way too young.
Yeah, 24 is, man, that's way too young,
Yeah, that's why, I try to live my life every day with as less stress as possible, trying to do what I like and what I want to do.
What we like to do.
Yeah, recently I've picked up running, and I really like running. I ran 4 miles yesterday, and I've been, on a healthy kick.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
Good.
I noticed that. I noticed that you've been on a healthy diet. I'm really proud of you that you are picking up running and stuff, because you're motivating me. Because when we went out,
we gotta motivate you.
Yeah, I stopped working out for years, and now
I remember you had a 6-pack.
Yeah, I had to retire and put a blanket over it.
It's time to take it out. Summer's about to be here.
Watching my lovely wife run and stuff, and it sucks because I wish I can go with her, but I do work during the weekdays, but the days I'm off, I try to go with her and stuff. I walk, I don't run.
And next time we won't stop at McDonald's though.
Hey, you weren't supposed to tell him that.
So we walk, and he wants to walk to McDonald's.
I walk to McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, you got to get your coffee. I told you I got to have a whole bunch of caffeine. That's my pre-workout.
Just eating calories.
No, but it was fun that day. Me and my wife and my son, my oldest son, we went walking. I thought it was great bonding. Family time.
Around the Quad Cities, where would you say is your favorite part to walk to? Or
I actually like to walk around the neighborhood. Most people like to go to the bike path. I like to go in neighborhoods because you get to walk and see different styles of house.
I think we should probably walk by the river, and maybe instead of McDonald's, get a beer at Front Street.
Well, my 6 months is almost up.
Well, you can watch me have a beer.
So I might actually take you up on that. I've been sober from drinking for about 6 months. Well, about 5 months now.
If you guys have never walked the Mississippi and then grabbed a beer and then sat outside and drank your beer, you guys have to. I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys aren't real Quad citizens. So go enjoy a beer. Go.
We're not during the winter time.
It's nice outside today. You could do that today.
Nice.
So, I'm all about mental health, especially right now on my healthy kick. And maybe I'll kind of show a little bit about that too. I do post like my runs and like the miles I did on my Snapchat. If anybody wants like some motivation or anything, my Snapchat is Sonia_Isaura.
Yeah, nobody ain't gonna know how to spell your.
If you know, you know, because I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I could never say it right. So
yeah, maybe we can put it down below, but
so
that's my middle name.
Yeah, it's a lovely middle name. I like it. I always liked your middle name.
Isaura. What if that was my first name?
I would have figured something out. I'm just call you I. Come here, I.
Come here, I.
We had to figure it out because I said if we would have had a daughter, I think I would have loved that name.
Isaura.
Yes.
That was my great grandma's name.
I think that name is dope.
Yeah, that's probably like an older name.
An older name.
From back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people from my mom's side of the family, have like real crazy names.
Right, okay, what is the craziest name?
My mom's name was Justa.
Nah, that's not crazy. But it's not common either.
Yeah.
So what is the craziest name in your family?
Let's just say most of my people, my mom's brothers and sisters, let's just say have nicknames.
Nickname? Oh, because nobody can pronounce their first name?
I mean, It just catches people off guard. I don't know. You know what? Never mind.
So mine's just. Well, I just found out my mom put like some that I guess my name Antoine was she put like I think it was I think it was a comma or something she put at the end of my name that was supposed to be on my birth certificate, but the
Probably thought it was a typo.
well, it was supposed to be hyphenated or something like that. She just told me this the other day. I didn't even know that. So yeah, but
So yeah, I think maybe we should take a trip down to Ethiopia and see for ourselves.
Hey, I'm down to go. I'm down to go anywhere. You know, I like to venture out after being in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, we were just
Yeah.
in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was fun. That was our first time there, and it was beautiful.
Oh,
It was like paradise. It was so pretty. The people are friendly too, and
I don't know about that
their
one.
Spanish accent is so pretty.
I like Puerto Rico. I like the old style buildings and stuff. I like the ocean. I can sleep there.
Okay, and be honest, what did you think about their food?
Okay, their food. All right, so if we getting street food, it was good. Now, if you're talking about like a restaurant food, I didn't really care for it as much.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys do visit Puerto Rico,
Get the
go
street
to the
food.
street food, get those little kebabs,
Yep.
the empanadas. It's so delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. The restaurants we went to, it was one breakfast restaurant we went to that was really good, but the other restaurant I didn't care for.
Well, 20 beats. I think that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to be airing Fridays at 8 a.m. every Friday. And let me know what you guys want to talk about, what was interesting. Did you like, me and my husband kind of going back and forth? Are you a history buff like I am? I can come back and do another history type
She
conversation.
loves to read about history.
And then our next episode, I am going to be interviewing Lucas Stengler from Modern Woodman. He's going to be coming in here and kind of, schooling us about financial literacy and some insurance stuff. And I'm going to put him to a test. Don't tell him, but I'm going to bring in a few things.
Just tell them
We're
don't
gonna
watch
make
it.
it fun. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna make it fun, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment down below what your favorite part of the information, or if you have any more facts about China, let me know, because I'm also gonna be looking into it. It's really interesting, and I think we should be aware of these topics. I know I want to talk about local stuff, but I also want to talk about
Nation.
the bigger picture, because we think that stuff that goes on over there has nothing to do with us, but it very much affects us. And
Look at the gas price.
Yep, everything much affects us, and even people suffering. Aside from the money and the shortages, people suffering. When people suffer on the other side of the world, it affects us in some way. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week.